Hey everyone, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reading. So I started Born of Water by A.L. Noor. I am on chapter 3 and I'm already skimming it. There's a lot of inconsistencies in spelling and words, lots of missed commas and sentences that seem to be missing words. So I need to check to see if this is self-published or not. But a lot of telling, a lot of info dumping, a lot of needless conversation to set shit up. So, maybe give it one more chapter before I might decide to DNF it pretty early. I don't like what I usually know when I'm not gonna like something and I'm not.
Far away.
Stop trying to get my cheese. She likes cheese. She knows the word cheese too. Look at her. Self-published. Yeah, I thought so. I finished reading Amanda Palmer's The Art of Asking. I really liked it. I cried during the end, during a lot of it. I really loved the juxtaposition of the romance and her trusting her fans. And the tomato, the schedule, and the banana. I loved that bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should really listen. She does a great job of narrating it herself. So, yeah, it was a good book. I liked it. Probably 4.5, 5 stars. It's hard to rate nonfiction, especially when it impacts you, and they do a really good job of structuring the narrative. But I gave up on Born of Water. DNFed it. I can't waste my time on it. Inconsistencies, misspelling, lack of punctuation. I couldn't understand a few of the sentences. I'm guessing because of that, because there was missing words. I don't really know. All of the names were far too unique and just telling. Lots of telling. It wasn't anything for me to hold on to. So I've switched books. I don't know what the new book I'm reading is, but I'll put it here. The writing's much better so far. And I just started the selection because Books on Lala is doing a read-along. So I'm listening to it. Already an hour and a half into it. My kind of book. Okay, I'll update when I get more done. I'm halfway through the selection. Yes, please. I've already put the next one on hold. And I think it's going to take me maybe another day to get through this book since I have to go to the dentist today. That's gonna be what it is. I'm gonna try to finish it while we're out, because all three of us have appointments at noon. So this is gonna be what I'm sure is a half a day thing, because my son might need now 2 root canals. Don't drink so much soda. And brush your teeth. That's for everybody, because that's the reason they're there. I have plenty of cavities too that need taken care of because I eat a lot of sugar. I brush my teeth more than 3 times a day, but I eat a lot of sugar. So, yep. Okay. Do my kitty. She's like, don't touch me. So I'm in the middle of cooking, and I just finished the book 1 of the selection, and I'm pacing around my kitchen floor, cursing and swearing at America because of Aspen. I do like triangles most of the time, but this one irked me. I liked how it ended, but it irked me. Where I was just like, really? Because honestly, like, I know everything that's gonna happen in this book. It's not a secret. It's a very clear-cut trope type of novel. And when that popped up too, I was like, oh, fuck. But I've got number 2 on hold, so I'll be continuing the series. I want to see what happens. I mean, I know what's going to happen, but I still want to see what happens. So, yeah, my thoughts. My cat. My jealous cat. Okay, guys. I tried 2 books for the water theme, and I tried. This one I got farther in, Captivate by, what's her name? Vanessa Garden. I got 25% through. By that I mean I got 15% through before I started skimming. And then interesting concept. Too much info dumpy stuff, which I understand she doesn't know anything in the world. And so it's going to be a lot of forthcoming information, but the attitude of most of the people there seem to be very similar to each other. I don't think there's a diverse enough, like, I don't think the characters are different from each other enough. And that bothers me. And then a lot of other things started sneaking up in the writing style, and I was just like, So, 25% of the way through. Chapter 11. I'm calling it. I'm not gonna finish this book. So, I'm gonna move on to, Throne of Glass, since I have that waiting, and be on with it. Good thing I don't punish myself when I don't finish a prompt for Bookopoly. I tried 2 books though, so be proud of that. We'll count it. I'm gonna go pick up a different book now and hope it's better. So I've been reading Starflight by Melissa Landers, and at first I was like, okay. I liked the girl, didn't like the guy. Love to hate trope, or hate to love trope. Now that I'm 80% of the way through, I'm like, it's good. Okay, I'll wrap up when I'm done reading. Well, hello there. I finished reading Starflight. Oh, I should have looked this up before I came here. Melissa Landers. I gave it a 4.25. It wasn't quite a 4.5. I can't really tell you why it wasn't. I mean, I knew essentially what the story was and what it was going to be. It didn't really surprise me much at all, but I enjoyed it. So 4.25. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the hate to love trope. That is what I'm discovering. And when I said that to my husband, he said, you mean like this? It started naming authors that we both enjoy. And I'm like, well, fuck, yeah, I guess so. Guess that's a thing. So essentially, the story was a space romance where you had the entitled rich kid and the down on her luck poor kid orphan who did something bad and her past is in her way. And they have to trust each other and travel and battle all of these different people and obstacles, almost break apart, come back together, become friends, become lovers thing. I like it. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's a very specific story type, and I was not surprised by most of it. I did have one part where I had to stop and just be like, you should have known better, which was one of the pirate bits, where if you don't know the pirate laws, you should be very, very careful. The other bit I was ranting and raving about was when somebody betrays somebody else and they address it and the person who betrayed them is being snotty and they're like, well, they said sorry, forget it now. It's like, no, that's not, you didn't even say sorry. And if I had been that other person, I'd have leapt in and given a punch to the face and be like, alright, now we're even, because you at least deserve that, motherfucker. Sometimes sorry or acknowledging or taking responsibility is not enough, and somebody needs punched in the face. This seems very violent, but there are some cases where I believe that is true, and that was one of them. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Technically, I guess I got what did I get? I started a duology. This is the first in a duology. So, yeah, I got another Medievalathon thing that I have no idea what it is. I'll put it up over there. I am also reading The Throne of Glass. I am enjoying it. There are a few things again where I'm like, because it's very predictable and like the father, the king, is like every other king I've ever read. The prince is already being foreshadowed that he's attracted to her even when the king says something, and of course her being attracted to him. Like, it's so blatantly foreshadowed that I'm just like, okay. I don't know if that's to sidetrack me from the guard or if there's going to be a triangle or something, but there are a little bit of hints of there at least some type of friendship relationship possible got in the way, third wheel type thing. But overall, I like the world and the story. I like that there's not a lot of backstory all at once. It's not in a lot of dialogue. Like, we get the action, and the action helps us fill in those pieces. It's very immersive, and I like immersive. Now, I've heard things about Sarah J. Maas having big info dumpy things in world building, and there are big descriptions of scenes and stuff, but it's not so terribly abundant that I can't get through it, like Stephen King. I can't do his repetitive long descriptions, but she seemed to be handling it okay, and we'll see how I feel. I'm only 15% of the way through right now. It's an actual ebook, so it's harder for me to read those as quickly as Starflight was an audiobook. audiobook, and I don't have an audiobook, and I'm like, should I get another audiobook? I went back to watching Bones, because I've already read like 15 books this month. I can relax a little bit, right? Not that reading books is not relaxing, but, you know, when I have Bones on, my family can talk to me in the kitchen. When I have a book in, they can't talk to me in the kitchen, so, alright. That's where I am right now. Tomorrow's the end of the month, so hopefully I can finish Third of Glass tomorrow or the day after, because I have 3 readathons to do next month. Another like 16 books planned. I'm ridiculous. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so there are definitely some triangle-y bits in this. It's very obvious because they're even teasing each other about it. I am wondering about Cain. There's something more to him other than him being a nasty brute. So I'm wondering about him. I love the princess. She is fantastic. I do kind of like the idea of her being with one of the men instead, but more Cole, and I don't know if that's how you say his name. All of the names are really weird in this, except for Dorian. I can understand how to say. I don't know why people write weird names. As someone who writes weird names, sometimes I try to stick with normaler-ish ones. Anyways, that's not the rant. I did just read the scene where the princess saw something in Selena, I'm guessing is how you say her name. Hard to pronounce names. That she saw the magic in her, and yeah, that would be really interesting plot turn. You just found a passage, which is worrying me right now because I'm in the middle of that chapter. But there's a lot of stylistic things that really bother me in this, like the uberberry dialogue. I like bookended dialogue, broken down action. There's a lot of began to things and not doing things that really bother me. He didn't say anything. Well, if he doesn't fucking say anything, we know he didn't say anything. Don't tell me that too. I'm not an idiot. Grr. Too many explanation points, too many whispered and mumbled and all these. Just say said and internalize. It's not that hard. So beyond those things, there is a little bit of cliche. I really like that she's full of pride, and like I really like that. But sometimes it's a little bit much, but I suppose it would be. But I do have a prediction. What was that prediction? Oh, she keeps wondering who betrayed her, and I bet her master betrayed her. That's my prediction currently. And I hope I'm wrong because I like to be surprised, but I don't know. I think that might be the big surprise. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back to reading now. Rant over. Just a cutter, I cutter. Oh, and there is a Dorian thing too. Both main characters' names are Dorian. The one in Starflight was Solara, and the one in this one is like Selena and Dorian's. Coincidence? I don't know. Style issues. Pronoun confusion. Great story, but stylistically. Why didn't an editor catch some of these things? The writing is not smooth. It's all jumbled with the dialogue, and it drives me crazy. Okay, so I finished Thread of Glass, and I think I'm giving it a 3.25. It's entertaining. I like the characters. I like the story. The ending and fight kinda... I think I'll try the next one. Still had style issues. Thought there was a plot hole and there wasn't. I went back and looked. Fourth time is the charm, apparently. But yeah, that makes 19 books for the month. I will see you guys in my wrap-up where I explain all 19 of them. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you're reading, and I'll see you later. Bye.